Most common signs of thyroid problems in women. The thyroid, a butterfly-shaped gland in the neck, can have a dramatic impact on a huge variety of bodily functions, and if you're a woman over 35, your odds of a thyroid disorder are high, more than 30%, by some estimates. At least 30 million Americans have a thyroid disorder and half, 15 million, are silent sufferers who are undiagnosed, according to the American Association of Clinical Endocrinologists. Women are as much as 10 times as likely as men to have a thyroid problem. Located above the Adam's apple, your thyroid produces thyroid hormone, TH, which regulates, among other things, your body's temperature, metabolism, and heartbeat. Things can start to go wrong when your thyroid is under or overactive. If it's sluggish, it produces too little TH, amped up and it produces too much. What disturbs your thyroid function? It could be genetics, an autoimmune attack, pregnancy, stress, nutritional deficiencies, or toxins in the environment, but experts aren't entirely sure. Because of thyroid hormones' far reach in the body, from brain to bowels, diagnosing a disorder can be challenging. Common signs you have thyroid problems. Number 1. You're exhausted. Feeling tired and having no energy are issues associated with lots of conditions, but they're strongly linked with hypothyroidism, the disorder that's the result of too little thyroid hormone. If you're still tired in the morning or all day after a full night's sleep, that's a clue that your thyroid may be underactive. Too little thyroid hormone coursing through your bloodstream and cells means your muscles aren't getting the get-going signal. Number 2. You're feeling down. Feeling unusually depressed or sad can also be a symptom of hypothyroidism. Why? It's thought that the production of too little thyroid hormone can have an impact on levels of feel-good serotonin in the brain. With an underactive thyroid turning other body systems down to low, it's not surprising that your mood might sink there, too. Number 3. You feel jittery and anxious. Anxiety and feeling wired are associated with hypothyroidism, when the thyroid gland is making too much thyroid hormone. Flooded with consistent all-systems-go messages, your metabolism and whole body may spin into overdrive. If you feel like you just can't relax, your thyroid may be hyper. Number 4. Your appetite or taste buds are altered. An increased appetite can be a sign of hypothyroidism, when too much thyroid hormone may have you feeling hungry all of the time. The only upside is that the hyper part of the disorder typically offsets the caloric impact of an increased appetite, so the end result isn't weight gain. An underactive thyroid, on the other hand, can mess with your sense of taste and smell. Number 5. Your brain feels fuzzy. Sure, it could be caused by sleep deprivation or aging, but cognitive functioning can take a hit when your thyroid is out of whack. Too much thyroid hormone, hypothyroidism, can cause difficulty concentrating, and too little, hypothyroidism, may cause forgetfulness and general brain fog. Number 6. You've lost your interest in sex. Having little or no desire in the sac could be a side effect of a thyroid disorder. Too little thyroid hormone could be a contributor to a low libido, but the cumulative impact of other hypothyroidism symptoms, weight gain, low energy, and body aches and pains, could also play a part. Number 7. You're feeling all fluttery. That fluttery feeling you're having may be heart palpitations. It can feel like your heart is actually fluttering or skipping a beat or two, or beating too hard or too quickly. You may notice these feelings in your chest, or at pulse points in your throat or neck. Heart flutters or palpitations can be a sign of too many thyroid hormones flooding your system, hypothyroidism. Number 8. Your skin is dry. Skin that's dry and itchy can be a symptom of hypothyroidism. The change in skin texture and appearance is probably due to slowed metabolism, caused by too little thyroid hormone production, which can reduce sweating. Skin without enough moisture can quickly become dry and flaky. Likewise, nails can become brittle and they may develop ridges. Number 9. Your bowels are unpredictable. People with hypothyroidism sometimes complain of constipation. The disruption in hormone production has likely caused a slowdown of digestive processes. On the reverse side of the spectrum, an overactive thyroid gland can cause diarrhea or more frequent bowel movements, which is why they're symptoms of hypothyroidism. Number 10. Your periods have changed. Longer menstrual periods with a heavier flow and more cramps can be a sign of hypothyroidism, where thyroid hormones are in short supply. Periods may be closer together. With hypothyroidism, high levels of TH cause menstrual irregularities in a different way. Periods are shorter, farther apart and may be very light. There is a strong link between irregular cycles and thyroid problems. And if periods are extra heavy, you may need to think of anemia, too. Number 11. You have painful extremities or muscles. Sometimes you stub a toe or work out too hard. That kind of pain can be explained away. But if you have mysterious or sudden tingling or numbness, or actual pain, in your arms, legs, feet, or hands, that could be a sign of hypothyroidism. Over time, producing too little thyroid hormone can damage the nerves that send signals from your brain and spinal cord throughout your body. The result is those unexplained tingles and twinges. Number 12. You have high blood pressure. Elevated blood pressure can be a symptom of a thyroid disorder. Both hypothyroidism and hypothyroidism have been fingered as culprits. By some estimates, people with hypothyroidism have 2 to 3 times the risk of developing hypertension. One theory is that low amounts of thyroid hormone can slow heartbeat, which can affect pumping strength and blood vessel wall flexibility. Both may cause a rise in blood pressure. Number 13. Your thermostat is on the fritz. Feeling cold or having chills is associated with hypothyroidism. The system slowdown caused by an underactive thyroid means less energy is being burned by cells. Less energy equals less heat. On the other hand, an overactive thyroid puts energy-producing cells into overdrive. That's why people with hypothyroidism sometimes feel too warm or sweat profusely. Number 14. Your horse or your neck feels funny. A change in your voice or a lump in your throat could be a sign of a thyroid disorder. One way to check is to take a good look at your neck to see if you can detect any signs of thyroid swelling. You can do a physical check of your own thyroid at home with these directions from the American Association of Clinical Endocrinologists. Using a hand mirror, watch your throat as you swallow a drink of water. You're looking for any bulges or protrusions in the thyroid area, which is below your Adam's apple but above your collarbones. You may want to try this several times to get a hang of where your thyroid really is. If you see anything that's lumpy or suspicious, see your doctor. Number 15. Your sleep schedule is messed up. Want to sleep all of the time? It could be hypothyroidism. A sluggish thyroid can slow bodily functions down to the point where sleeping, even in the daytime, seems like a brilliant idea. Can't sleep? It could be hypothyroidism. An overactive thyroid can cause anxiety and rapid pulse, which can make it hard to fall asleep or even wake you in the middle of the night. Number 16. You've gained weight. Going up a few dress sizes can be caused by so many things that it's unlikely your doctor will look at weight gain alone as a potential thyroid disorder symptom. However, weight gain is one of the top reasons women show up for a thyroid checkup. They aren't eating any more than usual, they are exercising, but they're gaining weight and can't lose it. It's almost always due to an underactive thyroid. On the other end of the scale, a sudden weight loss can signal hypothyroidism. Number 17. Your hair is thinning or falling out. Dry, brittle hair that breaks or falls out can be a sign of hypothyroidism. Too little thyroid hormone disrupts your hair growth cycle and puts too many follicles into resting mode, resulting in hair loss, sometimes all over your body including at the outside of your eyebrows. If you are losing hair, you may need to go ask your doctor about your thyroid. An overactive thyroid can also do a number on your hair. Hair issues due to hypothyroidism typically show up as thinning hair just on your head. Number 18. You have trouble getting pregnant. If you've been trying to have a baby for an extended period of time with no luck, an under- or overactive thyroid could be a contributing factor. Difficulty conceiving has been linked to a high risk of undiagnosed thyroid problems. Both hypothyroidism and hypothyroidism can interfere with ovulation, which impairs fertility. Thyroid disorders are also linked to pregnancy complications. Number 19. You have high cholesterol. High levels of low-density lipoprotein, LDL, cholesterol that haven't responded to diet, exercise, or medication have been linked to hypothyroidism. Elevated levels of the bad cholesterol can be caused by an underactive thyroid and are cause for concern. Untreated hypothyroidism can lead to heart problems, including an enlarged heart and heart failure. Get your thyroid tested. If you have one or more of these symptoms and suspect it's your thyroid, see your doctor and ask for a thyroid-stimulating hormone (TSH) test, free T3 and free T4 tests. Based on test results, your symptoms, and your physical exam, you may be prescribed synthetic hormones. Testing and treating a thyroid disorder takes a bit of trial and error, so expect to visit the doctor a few times before the dosage is right. Push for thyroid treatment. Expect to have to be your own advocate when it comes to your thyroid. Some doctors may be resistant to a thyroid diagnosis, although the American Associated of Clinical Endocrinologists narrowed the TSH range for acceptable thyroid function from 0.55.0 to 0.33.04 in 2003. That means more women fall into a range that can be treated. Find a doctor who treats the person, not just the lab tests. If you're feeling better at a certain dosage, that should carry just as much weight as the lab results.